and now we are in the South Ural State University in Chelyabinsk. And first of all, sorry, let me remind and send a special thanks to Professor Tamara Khomutova, that we know since a long time, thanks to the Ivanovo State University and Professor Olga Karpova that was connected, and to whom I send my best regards. Professor Khomutova introduced us South Ural State University long time ago, and we are really happy that now the University of Chelyabinsk is ready and is participating to this new initiative, this new adventure of our foundation. So let me welcome your group and the floor. So, dear friends from South Ural State University is yours. First of all, let me say hello also to Olga, to the Olgas, Olga, Babina, and also Weingart, that collaborated with me over the past week for producing this important participation for our point of view. So, dear friends from Chelyabinsk, the floor is yours. Please start your presentation.
Thank you, Simone. Thank you. First, I would like to express our deep thanks to the organizers of this great event and for the opportunity to participate in this event, because in these hard days, such international projects that promote cultural dialogue and cultural diversity while preserving national and cultural identity are quite important, and that allow us, we think, for this opportunity to present our view of our region. So our team, actually international teams, because we have the students from Russia and from India in our team. So we are from Chelyabinsk, as you've said. It is in the Urals, and it is a unique place which is on the border between Europe and Asia, and this is the place where Eastern and Western cultures meet, sometimes merge, and anyway peacefully coexist on the same territory. And actually you can see the logo of our university on the slide, and you see the lion and griffin who look at each other, and they do symbolize Eastern and Western culture that unite together. So this project is the result of cooperation between two departments of our university. It is the Department of Design and Fine Arts on the one hand, and on the other hand, it is the Department of Linguistics and Translation. So our collaborators from the Department of Design, they have always been interested in architecture of our place, in the natural views of our place. That's why they took wonderful photos, which we put on posters. And our department has always been interested in investigating the specifics of cross-cultural dialogue, the issues of understanding differences between mindsets in multicultural communities, which our region is. So our students, I will give floor to our students now, they will present the most vivid images and notable facts from the cultural history of our Chelyabinsk region. So Sveta, please go on.
Not Sveta, but me.
Okay, Vladimir, sorry.
Yes. Chelyabinsk is located in the center of Eurasia, on the eastern flank of South Urals, part of the natural border between Europe and Asia. The border runs right through the Ural Mountains. The mountains extend over 2,000 kilometers. The nature of Chelyabinsk and the Chelyabinsk region is characterized by a large number of water resources and a wide variety of flora and fauna. Chelyabinsk region is famous for its lakes, which a total number of more than 3,748 lakes. In addition to lakes, there are many rivers in the Chelyabinsk region. One of them is the Mias River, which flows through Chelyabinsk and gave its name to the city. The flora of Chelyabinsk region is characterized by a wide variety of herbs and flowers. The Chelyabinsk region is divided into 3 natural zones: mountain forest, forest steppe, and steppe. Chelyabinsk is a major industrial center, founded in 1736. It is often called the gateway to Siberia. During the Great Patriotic War, due to launch of assembly line production of tanks, Chelyabinsk acquired another unofficial name, Tankograd. The most frequently produced tank was the T-34.
Sorry, something went wrong. The etymology of the word Chelyabinsk goes back to the Turkic language. Our city inherits its name from the pine forest on the south side of the Mias River, Chelyabinsk. In translation from the Bashkir language, it means a large coniferous tree which looks like the sun. The first stone of the fortress was laid almost 300 years ago. A small settlement and the junction of Europe and Asia turned into a transit point for camel caravans from Mongolia. The city would have remained a regional market if the railroad had not been built. In 1892, it became a major trade artery connecting Chelyabinsk with Moscow. And in the early 20th century, Chelyabinsk became a major Chelyabinsk became one of the largest suppliers of tea in Russia. The historical past of Chelyabinsk is not so long, but actually deserves attention. You can just walk along our streets and imagine how people used to walk here too many years ago.
Well, I guess it also must be said that South Urals combines this duality not only because of the peculiarities of the territory. Chelyabinsk is a place where Western and Eastern cultures intertwine. It is a place where you can meet people of absolutely different views, no matter whether it is religion or politics. The national composition of the region is diverse. The entire population has equal rights, and there are no abuses to the freedoms of citizens and their cultural values. The educational programs allow students from all over the world to study in Chelyabinsk. Also, foreign citizens have the right to open their own business. The region has created conditions for comfortable and culturally sensitive living. Thus, the merit of Chelyabinsk is a place where people respect the values of each other. Also, it must be mentioned that Chelyabinsk region is famous for its people, like great figures who made a great contribution to the development of the country come out from here. For example, Boris Shaposhnikov, he was an outstanding military commander, one of the marshals of the Soviet Union. He was born in Zlato City in 1882 and took part in 3 wars: World War I, the Civil War, and World War II. His list of victories includes a huge number of successful military actions that ensured the safety of the homeland. Today, one of the military frigates of the Pacific Fleet of the Russian Federation proudly bears his name. Another great man is Anatoly Karpa. He is a chess player and politician, 12th world chess champion. He was born in the South Urals in 1951. He became world chess champion when he was only 23 years old, and his opponent, Bobby Fischer, was 32. Karpov had been the champion for 10 years before Garry Kasparov bet him. Today, at the age of 70, Anatoly Karpov is successfully engaged in political and social activities aimed at the development of chess sport.
When people ask what is Chelyabinsk famous for, the first thing they remember is the Chelyabinsk meteorite. It fell on the 15th of February in 2013. The largest piece of this meteorite fell into Lake Chebarkul, and now you can see it in Chelyabinsk Historical Museum. This is one of the interesting places to visit, by the way. Chelyabinsk is also known for its minerals. Here, there are known more than 438 minerals, and a large part of them are gemstones. The most famous and widespread gems are quartz and its varieties. Quartz is needed in the production of glass, ceramics, and electrical appliances. But the active development of Chelyabinsk began with the construction of the Trans-Siberian Railway. The city became an important transportation hub in the Urals. Chelyabinsk factories started working. The industry is concentrated mainly in the metallurgical and chemical plants. Region ranks second in terms of industrial output, but the leading industry of the region is metallurgy. This industry forms almost 39% of the gross product of the region. Despite the industry plays a leading role, Chelyabinsk pays a lot of attention to solve environmental problems. The government and citizens understand the importance of preserving nature, keeping an air clean. That is why modern friendly technologies are being introduced in production. The city transport also uses electricity and gas. Residents of the city sort recyclable materials, plant trees, and participate in special programs. And due to these activities, the situation in the city is getting better and better.
Our native land is famous for its merits in the field of education. The Chelyabinsk region pays a lot of attention to the education of its citizens. According to the ministers, education should be available to everyone. And in order to do that, in our city, there are many educational organizations. Chelyabinsk welcomes students from all over the world, sharing their rich knowledge base. The goal is to create a better future, and the students of our educational institutions contribute to the development of science in general, making amazing discoveries in different spheres. Art is what pulls people together from all over the world. It is the expression of human creativity. To the present day, art still occupies a leading position in the life of each of us. In Chelyabinsk, like everywhere else in the world, creativity actively develops and finds its ways of realization. Walking along the street of Chelyabinsk, you can often find beautiful images on various objects. Artists of street art strive to turn the city into a bright, picturesque, modern center of creativity. Installations, drawing on walls, murals, graffiti, all these types of street art can be found on the streets of Chelyabinsk. There are also many musically gifted people in Chelyabinsk. Everybody has a great opportunity to walk along one of the main streets of the city, the Kirovka, where street musicians often sing and play a variety of instruments. They will certainly cheer up even the gloomiest person. Chelyabinsk people are very talented and creative people who want to express their feelings through art.
Well, Chelyabinsk region is famous not only for its spectacular landscapes, but also for a huge number of events for every taste, for both children and adults. Every holiday is always accompanied by concerts, fireworks, and brightly decorated streets. Parks filled with amusement rides, singing fountains located on the main streets of Chelyabinsk, and street musicians will allow you to distract from the working day and have a good time. Another place to spend your free time is the main square of Chelyabinsk, Revolution Square. Also, if you are a fan of entertainment, you should definitely visit the amazing places in our area. There are a lot of them. We have chosen the most exciting ones in our opinion, and I'd like to tell you about Arkaim. The ancient settlement of Arkaim is located near the Bolshaya Karaganka River. In 1970, scientists found strange circles in the center of the valley. After archaeological excavations, a city was discovered. From an airplane, there is an incredible view. Huge circus soon closed the city. The central square was a place for certain rituals. There are even some traces of Bronze Age mythology and an astronomical observatory. Now, Arkaim received the status of a historical museum reserve. When people look at a map of our region, they cannot believe their eyes. Varna, Leipzig, Berlin, Paris, deja vu in it. Well, nevertheless, all the cities or rather small towns and villages exist in Chelyabinsk region. They were founded because their first inhabitants were impressed by the beauty and culture of European city they saw during the War of 1812. Thus, many cities in Napoleonic Europe has its Ural twin. Paris didn't escape their fate either. A 50-meter high antenna in the shape of the Eiffel Tower, but 5 times smaller, was built in the modest village 7,000 kilometers from Paris.
Ski resorts in the Urals are growing like mushrooms. Abzakova, Zhigordak, Vanna, and many more. Each of them is trying to find its own audience, luxury, family, budget, holiday resorts. The highest point in the southern Urals, where most of the ski resorts are located, is Mount Yamantau. It is 1640 meters high. The Ural Mountains are therefore not very high, but really wide. This offers wild nature views, and those resorts are created on almost untouched land. Snow cover reaches 200 centimeters between December and March, which is the best time for skiing. And many delicious, famous dishes come from our area. We have presented only a few of them as examples, but there are many more. Belish is a Bashkir pie made of unleavened wheat dough with various stuffing. The filling is often made of chopped meat, mixed with half-boiled millet or rice or chopped raw potatoes. All this is seasoned with onion and pepper. This stuffing fills the belly up to the top, and then the cook close the hole with a poke of dough. And the next is not actually a dish, but a well-known berry. There are many lingonberries in the Ural forest. It is harvested in August or September and made into lingonberry jam. In winter, this dish is a real treasure trove of vitamins.
And the next dish is Ural Dumplings. These are actually a type of usual dumplings, but speaking of Ural group of languages, the word perimeni means ear bread. In shape, Ural dumplings really resemble an ear. Just look at the picture. Our dumplings stand out by their large size, thin and soft dough, and they put in not only minced meat, but also a sauerkraut, onions, carrots, mushrooms, and even a black radish. All in all, our region is an industrial center that exists in harmony with the picturesque nature of the Urals. Many lakes and rivers, thick forests, and rocky mountains will not leave you disappointed. Our region invites guests to share the creative atmosphere, comfort, friendly hugs, and of course, smiles of the townspeople. So, are you interested now? Come to our region and enjoy all the beauties. A picture is worth 1,000 words. We hope you liked our presentation and you will come to visit our amazing city. Thank you for your attention.